stay free, and enjoy more of what the world has to offer. This action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch.
So a little one-person trampoline. Very,
I screen shared it. Like, there's no excuse. Like, phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Talk to Tanner Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning. Happy Monday morning to you all. And on a Monday, I thought it'd be fun to talk about procrastination. Procrastination is never usually fun. It can cause lots of stress, us to overthink. It can be, not even to be dramatic, but I'm sure we can all sit back and we can think whether it's a few things we're procrastinating right here, right now, or some big assignments in the past, or responsibilities that we've put off and we procrastinated in the past. This can be very stressful. This can be intense on the body. It feels like a weight is sitting on my chest and I'm having a hard time getting off of me, moving on to what it is, or just, I've noticed procrastination is an absolute killer of living in the present moment. And we all know that living in the present moment is the sweet nectar of life. It allows us to appreciate, to enjoy everything that is going on right here, right now. Our lives, most of the time, if you have the option to procrastinate something, there's a good chance that your life's in a good direction, that you're choosing things that you want to be doing, whether you're educating yourself, whether you're expanding your responsibilities. So I'd argue that a lot of times if we're able to procrastinate, we're in a state of procrastination. Chances are we have things that we're trying to move forward in our life, and we have something that we can show some grace and gratitude towards. It's like, okay, Tanner, I get it. I should be grateful for my life. This is good. That's good and all. But it's like, man, this procrastination thing is absolutely killing me. So we're going to go over 5 tips this morning on the chalkboard to just overcome procrastination. Or these are things that I've been using that have been helpful for me. And before we dive too into it, really, we all do this. So maybe if we have an appreciation and understanding that we do all do it, everyone procrastinates something. Not everyone's a rock star at absolutely everything. And so I know there are things I'm procrastinating, and there's these things that I want to get done. I want to grow and I want to continue to get better. But with these tips, it makes it a lot easier on me. I'm able to still enjoy going for a walk after the show, having my nice morning cup of coffee, chatting with my wonderful, amazing girlfriend. I can still live a really good life, even though I am procrastinating some things. But these courses and steps will just help it make it that much easier to get going and get started. So 5 tips. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in with us this morning. We have some fun ones, so let's go ahead. We're going to get straight to the chalkboard. So tip number 1, break the task down into smaller pieces. Break the task down. So next time you're procrastinating on something, maybe we can think of breaking the task down. I forgot the word task. It's a Monday. Forgive me. Break the task down into smaller bite-sized pieces. Personally, there's a few things with like automations on emails and campaigns, my website, and an ebook I'm trying to write. These 3 things have been a real pain in my butt. So I am taking it small pieces. Like this weekend, I set out a section of the website I wanted to work on, I wanted to finish. I had a section of the email campaigns that I set out. I collected a few more, 5 more emails over the weekend to just put in my database, taking one step forward towards what it is I want to do. So maybe you're thinking in your own position, what have I been procrastinating? Maybe we can make a little bit of a list. and then we can get over that initial hump. This list isn't going to kill me. It doesn't have teeth. It's not going to bite me, but I need to just understand what I'm working with, and then I can make a decisive choice. What is the one step? What is the one small piece that I can take on today? What is this one? So first tip, breaking it down. Break it down into small pieces. Tip number 2, set specific and realistic goals. Specific and realistic. Set specific and realistic goals with what we are trying to complete, with what we are trying to overcome for procrastination. So again, an example of maybe help shed some light on it. I have a goal to have 2 guests on the show this week. We have a guest on the show this week, Wednesday and Friday. Not every single day of the week. So maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to write that book finally. I want to get going. I want to create this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 100 words, or I'm going to write 1 word. We talked about in the past the power of one. So with just one, if you were not doing something at all, and this is something I used to do all the time, and I'd beat the crap out of myself, and it didn't really make any sense. I'd write down the same to-do lists, like these gargantuan to-do lists, and then I wouldn't do them all, and then I'd feel bad about it. And then the next day I would write out the same to-do list, with even more stuff, because maybe say I was stressed out, so I went and read for about an hour or something like that. And then I got even more ideas, and then I wanted to put that on the to-do list. And then the list got bigger and I felt worse, versus if I am not doing something at all that I really want to be doing, I always like to just start with 1. So if it's you want to read a book, you start with 1 page. If you want to write a book, you start with 1 page. Maybe just setting those specific and realistic goals. If we're focused on starting, then starting as small as possible is always great. But specific and realistic goals that you can set to get going or to continue to make progress. Say you've made some great progress, and then you hit the pause button because you're like, dang, I'm kind of tired. I don't know where I can settle this into my schedule. And so specific and realistic goals. And that works right into point number 3. Point number 3, use a timer or schedule. Tip number 3, use a timer or schedule. We talked about it on the show before, using a chess timer, kind of just clicking the chess timer on, say it's the timer's on your desk. Or maybe you can, I'm not a big fan of using timers on your cell phones, because cell phones can be so distracting. They are for me anyway. I don't know about you, but I can't help but every time I pull up my cell phone, it's like 20 minutes later, and I just went through the vortex of the cell phone world. I'm like, holy crap, I just lost a bunch of time, and now I'm trying to get reset. So if you can get an external timer or an external clock or something like that, I like that a lot. Or just scheduling this out. Time blocking, I've tried this, and it didn't work amazing for me. I get called to I got a couple side jobs, and then I'm like bouncing over to one of our rental properties, or I have to talk to one of my partners or investors or something like that. So my schedule can sometimes get jumbled up, especially in the afternoons. So time blocking hasn't always worked great for me, because I'm trying to stay super flexible. However, the timer works really well for me, in the sense of I need to commit. And I usually do this in the morning because people don't really contact me much in the mornings. And 90 minutes, non-negotiable, I'm doing this one thing. If you can just do that once a day, we can build any type of business we want. We can be total badasses. If we can just commit that 90-minute section Or maybe, like we said, we're breaking it down in a little bit, specific and realistic. Maybe for us, it's 10 minutes, undistracted, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just a non-negotiable block for what it is that you're trying to do. I've also really liked ultimatums for myself. Like, I can't do this until I do this. I can't watch TV. I can't look at my cell phone. I can't go to the gym and work out. These are things that I absolutely love and I'll do like in a snap, versus some of these other things I've been talking about with the email campaigns and the ebook and the website and stuff. I don't absolutely love doing that stuff compared to, say, working out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to commit a time block before I go do this, before I reward myself with this. And then we all notice like, oh, I got this done. And now I'm over here. And now I can really, really enjoy what it is I'm doing. There's something magical about being able to take action and overcome procrastination that makes us feel so much better. So number four leads right into it. Eliminating distractions. Eliminate distractions. Distractions can be such a killer. Distractions. Cell phone number one for me. Cell phone absolutely number one. For some reason, I'm pretty good about not looking at social media or a bunch of random side crap on my computer when I'm trying to work. I'm usually pretty good about that. But just being honest with yourself, okay, when I'm on this device, what is going on or what is not going on because I'm procrastinating? So distractions, maybe it's the people around you. I know sometimes I like to go to the local library and kind of just browse around, give myself a little bit of break in the day. I'll look at book titles for about 10 minutes and then I'll go sit down and then I'll commit a 90-minute block just in between of my day, and then okay, crush it out 90 minutes and then go take another break or something like that. So you can always go, if you're an entrepreneur, you don't have an office, you can go to the library, or you can ask other local small businesses if you can work in there. You could go to a local coffee shop. Usually for me, that's too much talking and too much noise. I love the quiet. I know some people hate it when it's totally quiet, but it's something I've always been really attracted to. I don't even really play music that often just because I love the quiet so much, but timer and understanding distractions and where you fit into distractions. Maybe music is soothing to you, so you can play it, but just be very honest with ourselves. Honesty can go such a long way. Honesty with ourselves, the power of one. Some side notes for today, but eliminating distractions can help just with that, overcoming procrastination. Where do you get sidetracked? Where do you get distracted? And last one, practice self-compassion. Self-compassion, we're going to put down here self-love. Having some compassion for ourselves because we realize that chalk's done. Excuse me. Having self-love, self-compassion for ourselves, and understanding that absolutely everyone who is trying to strive and do great things procrastinates something in some capacity. And the people who get the rewards, the people who get the benefits, the people who live their dream lives overcome this procrastination. And maybe we use one of these steps. So I want, as we wrap up today, let's go ahead and go through these. Understand that self-love and self-compassion for yourself as you're working through this stuff. And it's, remember, these are the things, the crazy paradox with the self-compassion. It's like these things that we are pushing off and the things that we are procrastinating are the things that we truly want to do. It's just this layer of uncomfortability in the work usually, or this is my personal experience. The uncomfortability with this tough work sometimes can make it really hard to get going. Getting started, I truly believe, is the hardest part about anything. And I'm not sure if you guys believe in the same, but man, that initial friction of just having to get going can be really tough sometimes. So having some self-compassion for it. We're not going to save the world tomorrow. We're not going to save the world today. But what we can do is we can take a step forward. We can break this down. Let's go ahead and do the run through now. That makes a lot of sense for my video editor. So how to overcome procrastination. Really quickly. 1, break these things down into small bite-sized pieces. 2, set specific and realistic goals. If you haven't done anything with this, do one tiny step forward, the power of one. 1 page, 1 book. I mean, not one whole book, but 1 page in the book, writing 1 page for your book. Set specific and realistic goals. 3, use a timer or schedule. If you can do that 90-minute block every day about your passion project, you in just a couple weeks, you're going to be blown away with how much progress you've made. Number 4, eliminate these distractions, your cell phone. Number 1, or that's for me, number 1, don't get sucked into the cell phone vortex. Ladies and gentlemen, this week, let's try and eliminate distractions. Maybe this is people or noises. And number 5, self-compassion and some love for yourself. Understanding, man, everyone does this. But what sets people apart, what truly allows us to live fulfilling lives, to succeed and do what it is that we want to do in the short time that we have alive, are the people who can overcome procrastination, who can overcome these challenges, who can get started and take that bite-sized piece and be like, hell yeah, I did it. I feel good. I'm in the moment. I'm amazing. You're doing great. So this Monday morning here, check out these 5 tips for yourself to see where you can benefit from overcoming procrastination, making a list of that procrastination list and chunking it down and getting going on it. I hope this was helpful this Monday morning. I know I've been procrastinating a few things, and using some of these tips has been really helpful with projects in the past and things I'm working on now. I hope you can benefit as well, as this is the Talk to Tater Morning Show, where we continue to focus on personal development and becoming the best version of ourselves ever for the people we love and care about most. Thanks everyone for tuning in this morning. Also be on the lookout. I'm going to be making a couple other posts today about inviting my guests on. I'm going to be having a real estate expert, social media manager. He's just an incredible guy on Wednesday in the real estate space, and also kind of in the Defense Department, a veteran and an educator, a speaker on Friday. So we're going to have guests on Wednesday and Friday. So make sure to tune in for that. That'll be really fun. So cheers, friends. I'll be seeing you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for Tuesday morning's episode 242. Tomorrow morning, live, 7 a.m. Again, this was How to Overcome Procrastination. Cheers, friends. I'm out. Have an amazing Monday, and I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers.